Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, we're unpacking a case that is just as chilling as it is complex. We're stepping into the facts of the Brahmpuri murder case, a truly shocking series of events that unfolded in Meerut, India. Our goal here is to lay out the evidence, the timeline, and the courtroom developments exactly as they've been reported, giving you a clear, structured look at a mystery that literally continues to make headlines. We're going to rely strictly on the documented facts to understand how a seemingly ordinary situation escalated into a grim criminal investigation.
Now, you might be wondering, what actually happened? Well, did you know a wife allegedly murdered her husband, packed his body in a blue drum, and then fled to Himachal Pradesh with her lover? I mean, no way, right? But that is the core mystery we're looking at today. It's a gruesome, startling discovery that kickstarted a massive police investigation, and we're going to see exactly how investigators pieced this giant puzzle together from that initial, horrifying find.
So Part 1, the disappearance and the motive. March 2025, Brahmpuri, Meerut.
When Saurav Rajput vanished in early March, investigators immediately looked at the dynamics of his household, specifically at his 24-year-old wife, Muskan Rastogi. She was allegedly caught in a terrifying web. On one side, we have her husband Saurav, who records show was providing her with substantial financial support. We're talking 50,000 rupees every single month. But on the other side, we have Muskan's lover, Sahil Shukla, who had allegedly issued a deadly ultimatum, literally threatening to kill Muskan herself if she didn't leave her husband. She was kind of trapped between financial stability and a fatal threat. Now, we aren't taking sides here, but mapping out this intense dynamic is absolutely crucial for understanding the motive the police suspected when Saurav went missing.
4. That is the horrifying number of pieces Saurav's body had been dismembered into when authorities finally discovered him. To hide the evidence, the perpetrators placed those 4 pieces inside a blue drum, filled it completely with cement, and sealed it shut. It was a calculated, brutal attempt to make absolutely sure he was never found.
Moving on to Part 2, the escape and the digital trail, a fatal mistake.
Let's move to the timeline and see how this all builds. On March 3rd, the crime takes place and Saurav vanishes. Muskan and Sahil immediately flee north to the mountainous state of Himachal Pradesh. And you know the pressure of hiding was really mounting. At one point, Muskan aggressively swore at a friend, desperately trying to keep them quiet. But the real turning point comes on March 8th. Saurav's childhood friend, Sanjeev Pal, decides to call Saurav's mobile phone. That single phone call changed everything, leading directly to March 19th when Muskan and Sahil are finally tracked down and arrested.
Here's exactly how the police closed the net. When Sanjeev Pal made that call to Saurav's phone, the device briefly received a signal. It's a classic digital footprint. That momentary ping allowed police to track the mobile location, revealing that the couple was no longer in Meerut, but hiding out in Himachal Pradesh. Armed with that exact geographic data, the police moved in and executed the arrest on March 19th. That tiny digital trail was their complete undoing.
And that brings us to Part 3, jail, birth, and the courtroom drama. November 2025 to present.
Now, the tragic irony of this timeline is just staggering. Get this. On November 23, 2025, while incarcerated, Muskan gave birth to her daughter. What makes this so profound is that November 23rd is also her deceased husband, Saurav's birthday. Today, that baby is 6 months old, growing up inside the prison system as the legal battle over Saurav's murder rages on outside.
So, let's look at the legal strategies being presented in court. Our job is to impartially report the facts from both sides. Muskan is officially claiming absolute innocence, stating she was entirely framed for the murder due to an ongoing property dispute. Meanwhile, Sahil has formally requested the court's permission to present a defense witness to support his side of the story. They are actively fighting the charges with a completely different narrative compared to the initial police theory.
And the court is taking this incredibly seriously. To date, the judicial system has already processed and recorded official statements from 22 separate witnesses in this case. 22! The process is grinding forward methodically, with the new court date already set as both the prosecution and defense build their final arguments.
But amid all these legal procedures and witness statements, we really cannot forget the human cost. Upon seeing Muskan in court, Saurav's grieving mother broke down in tears and cried out, "She killed my child. I want her hanged." It is a raw, heartbreaking plea for justice from a mother who lost her son in the most brutal way imaginable.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question. Based on the digital tracking,
the gruesome discovery of the blue drum, and the conflicting courtroom claims of property disputes and frame-ups. What do you think is the truth? Will Muskan and Sahil face the death penalty, or is the court dealing with a highly complex frame-up? Weigh the evidence we've structured for you today and tell us what you think in the comments below. Stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.